everyone, and welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, I'm Jordan. Be sure to hit that like button and subscribe button and check out my other videos. I do like lifestyle videos and I do vlogs almost every day, so be sure to check out my other videos. But for today's video, I'm going to be bringing to you like how I stay organized for school, showing you my tips and like what I do to keep myself organized, because I'm really big on organization. I don't like to be scatterbrained. I love to be organized. So I'm just gonna give you some tips and pointers and show you what I do. So I'm gonna keep this intro short and let's just get started. So I am a college student and I also work and I do like YouTube on top of that, and I also like do a lot of other things outside of all of that stuff. So staying organized is very important to me. I like to know what I need to do like this day, when I need to do it, what I need to do during the week, things like that. So a big part of that is a planner. I recommend planners to anyone who likes to write down their thoughts, what they need to do, different things. So in my planner, I just like to usually like on a Sunday, because Sunday is usually like my lazy kind of days when I usually don't work on Sundays and I don't have school. So on Sundays I like to go through my planner and just write out my week ahead. So like for this week I have like all of my things written out, like what's due, when it's due, what days they're due. Like my birthday is this Friday, which by the time you're watching this, my birthday might have already passed. My birthday is January 26th, so like I have like my birthday written down, and I have a math communications exam. This is my first one, like on Wednesday and Thursday because it's online. Like I just have a lot of different things written down. I'm very big on like writing down, and I like to look through my planner every single day and like see what I need to do that day. And then if something happens to come up, like if something comes up like in a blink of an eye and I just like want to write it down to make sure I don't forget it, I do that. Like I had an interview at school and I was supposed to have it last week, but then like it snowed and stuff here, so like it was rescheduled. So like I wrote it down like as soon as she rescheduled it, just to make sure I didn't forget. Just different things like that help me stay organized. I like to write everything down, even if it's something silly, like go to Kroger, get some cat food, get some anything. I just like to write things down like that just to make sure I remember, because sometimes I forget. So this is a big part of it. So to me, a big part of staying organized for class is using the syllabus. The syllabus has all the dates on it, what you need to do for this day. So I also like to go through with my syllabus and write everything down in my planner. This is my public speaking syllabus, and for example, like on January 23rd, we have a reading quiz to be completed by class time, which is chapter 10 and 12, and then we also have to submit our first speech topic. We do reading quizzes before each class, but like they're on different chapters obviously, so I like to go through and like write down which chapters I need to read the night before, because they're due by class time. And then like I said, I just have to do my speech one topic, kind of find a topic and write it down, which is actually due tomorrow, so I really need to jump on that tonight. Also, a big thing for organization during class is folders, a binder, whatever you're more comfortable with. I don't have like heavy set classes this semester, not like too heavy set, and I hate binders. Binders are just thick and I don't like them, so I use folders. These are my two folders, and I also use notebooks. But one thing I do recommend, if you have like heavier set classes and you don't like binders, 5 Star makes those like binder notebook things. They're not like thick and bulky. I have used one before and I really like it. So if I ever take like, because I have 2 online classes, so I don't really need a binder for just 3 face-to-face, but if I ever took like 5 or 6 like face-to-face classes, I would probably use one. So I have 2 folders. This is my public speaking folder. It's just black with gold polka dots. It's from Target. I used this last semester and I also used this one last semester. But I just put any kind of like public speaking papers in here because we already had like 3 or 4 different papers just to keep it organized. And then for this one is just anything like not class related, I guess you could say. Like I have my mass communications program sheet, which is just like things for my major, and then I also have like Scantrons in here and different things, just because for English and creative writing, which are my other 2 face-to-face classes, I haven't really got any papers in there yet that I feel like that I would need to use a folder for, so I don't have one for either of those. And then like I said, I also use notebooks. This is my notebook for public speaking because we've already started taking notes in that class, and I feel like that's a class that we will be taking notes in. So like this is what we did the last class we were in. And this is just a composition book. I think I got this at Target or Walmart, probably like $1. Really cheap. It's college ruled, and I love college ruled. I don't like wide ruled, so definitely recommend college ruled for like thinner lines. I just like that a lot better. And then for creative writing, I just use this 5 Star folder because my whole creative writing class is revolved around like a journal. So this is my journal, but then like I have to go back and type this up. But this is what I use for my journal. So like this is from like day 1, I think. we've missed so much class because of like snow last week, so we haven't really had like a full day of school in a while, so everything's kind of crazy right now. I don't have a notebook for English yet because I don't know if I'm gonna need one. I don't know. I've only been to that class one time because of like everything getting canceled for snow and stuff like that, weather. So I've only been to that class once. So if I feel like it's a class I'm gonna need to take notes in, then I will obviously get another notebook for it. I feel like separate notebooks are like the way to go, because if I were to write every single note in here, then it would just be hard to be organized, because like maybe on one page I would have creative writing and then on the next page I would have like English. But if you do like to use one notebook, I recommend getting like the 3 subject or 5 subject notebooks that have like the little folders in between, and then just using each class. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, you use the one class before that folder, after the folder, because it's like divided for that reason. So I would recommend that if you don't like using separate notebooks. But this is just a 1 subject notebook, and this is just a composition notebook, so I just use separate ones. Doesn't really bother me. I just don't like binders. I don't like big bulky binders, so that's just me. Another thing that I recommend with like dates and stuff, and even when you're in class, highlighters. Highlighters are your best friend. I have like 2 more over there. This is my favorite. I just like the basic yellow highlighter, and this is the Sharpie. I don't even know, but I love these kind of like the thicker ones. Highlighting the most important dates is what like I feel like helps, like stands out. So like if you have your planner and you have like 6 different things to do this day, and you know something is like super important, you cannot miss it, then I would just highlight it. Like things like that, like for like an exam or something, like my mass communications exam is coming up, I would really want to highlight that. I haven't done that yet, but I'm going to. But I would highlight that just so I did not miss it, because once I miss an exam, obviously I can't retake it. Just things like that. That to me, that's so important. So another thing that people find helpful is like color coding your planner. I don't really do that, but that's another good organizational tip, to color code your planner. Like I said, I don't do that, so I couldn't really give you tips on that, but I've always heard of people that do that. But my next organizational tip is list. I love making lists, especially like if I know that I have a lot to do in one day, I like to sort it out and make a list. And I have like a notebook for that. This is the notebook I have that I make lists in, and this is like the homework I have to do before school tomorrow, and I've done most of it, but I have a few things left. So I just like to write it out, just so I know like what all I need to do, so I don't forget anything, because sometimes a planner can get jumbled with a lot of things. And sometimes when I look at my planner, since it is like in a week view, sometimes it stresses me out looking at all the different things. So sometimes I'll just make a separate list like this so that I can only focus on this list. I don't focus on anything else but just this list of like what I need to get done. So I feel like this is really helpful. And then I also feel like using your phone, let me show you. I also feel like using your phone and using like the notes part. Like if you know you're gonna be gone all day and you'd rather, instead of carrying a notebook around, just have your phone, you can go to notes and you can add like, you can like put to do, and then you can make like a little checklist. So like, let's say I need to get my car washed. So here's my to-do list, if you can see, and it just says car wash, and then when I get done I can just hit the little circle and it's like checked off. I think that's really helpful. I use this all the time for like groceries, different things. So that's another thing I would recommend. Like if you don't want to take this big book in the grocery store, use this to like make a checklist for groceries or different things that you need. I also use this notebook for YouTube. YouTube is completely separate. I feel like I should include this just because I feel like this is organized too. Like when Christmas was around, I had like a Christmas video ideas list, things like that. I feel like just separating things is like a big, huge like help. I feel like if I had all of this like in my planner, I would be so scattered. Trying to make lists in my planner, trying to put YouTube and school and groceries and different things in my planner, I just feel like I would be bombarded with tons of things. So I don't like to do that. So I definitely recommend like separating. If you like to put it together, then that's just you know, this is just my opinion. This is what I do to stay organized. So I definitely recommend separate notebooks, and I love getting cute notebooks too, so it's just fun to use. This one says I'm very busy, and this one is just red and white, and it's got red polka dots. I feel like this reminds me of YouTube, that's why I got it, because like the colors. Another tip I recommend for like planning and writing and like different things like that is to use like a certain pen or a certain set of pens. I use this pen all the time for like planning and making lists. This is one of my favorite pens. This is the Pilot brand, and I have like a pink one, I think a green one, and a black one. I use all of them. I love the way they write. They're so smooth. They make my writing look flawless. I love them. So I definitely recommend having like certain pencils. Some people are really picky about like planner pencils, list pencils. They have like a separate pencil for each. I feel like I'm kind of like that. Like I like to use certain pencils to write with, or certain pens. I'm more of a pen person. some people can just use whatever, and that's fine if that's you. Like I said, this is just me giving you tips. This is what I do to stay organized, and organization is very important for me. So if you're not big on planning, another organizational tip that I have for you, like if you don't like planners, you don't like notebooks, you're all like digital, I would definitely recommend like using your phone, your iPad, your laptop, and using like a calendar app, like Apple's calendar app. There's like, I think, Google Calendar. I think there's probably like a student calendar app that people use. I don't know, I'm not really like a digital. I'm more of like an old-fashioned, like I love writing everything down, things like that. So, but I would recommend getting like a calendar app. Some people like color code their calendar apps. I've seen it before, like that's also something you could do. But for me, I just like to write everything down. So I think the most important thing to get out of this is just staying organized is all up to you. You have to keep like yourself on top of everything, and just, like I said, take your syllabus, take like, if you know dates are coming up, just write them down like weeks beforehand so you don't forget them. Because if you have a date that you know is coming up but you don't write it down, you could easily forget. Like Dylan and I have something we're doing February 2nd that I scheduled like 2-3 weeks ago that I got an email for, and I wrote it down right away, because if I hadn't have wrote it down, I might forget like on February 2nd might come. I might wake up and then realize, oh, we're supposed to be here and we're not. And so just writing down, I think, helps. And also taking one day out of the week to write down everything you have to do for a week is really helpful in my opinion. I do Sunday, like I said, just because Sunday is like the start of my week. Sunday, I don't know if you call it start of my week, but it's the day that I have off, and then I write down like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I feel like that's really, really helpful. And I also write down anything for next Sunday if I have anything to do, but usually Sunday is just like my chill day. So I feel like that's really helpful, and I also feel like it's helpful to like set some time in the morning if you have time to get up like 10 minutes earlier and just take like 5-10 minutes out of your day to read everything that you need to do that day. Add some things if you know that something has come up that you need to add. Make lists if you need to. I feel like getting up and just mentally preparing yourself for the day, knowing what you have to do, is a great way to stay organized. Because if I got up and didn't know what I needed to do that day, I think I'd be really scatterbrained. Mentally preparing yourself for what you need to do, that's really what this comes down to. Syllabus are important for school. Make sure you definitely like check those every now and then. And sometimes like when school is canceled or things like that, then the syllabus will change. And like for my school, I have an online thing for school where we can go to like see each class, and if the syllabus changes, she'll update it like on the online thing. And another thing for online classes, if you have online classes and you have like the online thing that you go to, and he has like, or the professor will have like the dates all planned out, I would definitely write those down as well. And those dates will change sometimes, so make sure you check it frequently. I would hope that you do, because it is your class. Something could change, something could like go away, he could add something, things like that. So just, it's all about you and just being mentally prepared, checking what you need to check, getting things done. It all just depends on you and how you like to be organized, but this is just how I like to be organized, and I just wanted to give you guys some tips. So again, if you're new here, be sure to subscribe. I hope you guys like this video. Comment down below some more videos you would like to see. I plan on doing some more, like, I want to do like a first semester like recap video, like my experience with school first semester, things like that. So just let me know some videos you would like to see. Thank y'all for watching. Be sure to subscribe. Love y'all so much, and thank y'all for watching.